All right, so now we are on to Las Vegas, the second race of the Cup Series season. A bit earlier than usual. Usually it's the third race of the season, but now it is the second race of the season. So pretty interesting there, if you ask me. But anyways, we're gonna get straight into the race review and stuff. And I waited to do this race review because I watched the Xfinity race earlier. And just to give you my short thoughts, I thought the race sucked, honestly. Really not much competition at all. Really not even much for the Xfinity series at all. I'm desperately going to make a series about that or a video about that discussing the Xfinity series and whatnot. So, yeah, so with that being said, let's actually get into the Cup race. So, going into the Cup race, qualifying got rained out. And yeah, Saturday was just piss pouring rain. Everywhere, dude. It was just weird. And yeah, and usually it doesn't rain in Las Vegas, so yeah, pretty weird. But anyways, as I was saying before, qualifying got canceled, and so we had to go to the last year's point standings. Kyle Busch was your pole sitter, and well, he didn't actually get to start in the pole position because he had some issues during tech inspection or inspection. Something happened during that, and he had to go to the back along with Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell. And so going into the race favorites were pretty much the Penske cars. Anyone who is a Penske car, Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano, they have really good numbers here at Las Vegas. And yeah, so if you're a Penske fan, this is obviously one of your favorite racetracks. So anyways, going into the race itself, Kevin Harvick led us to green, I think, or was it Truex? I don't even know who led us to green. I think it was Truex. We had a pretty intense, before that, even before we got to the green flag, Daniel Suarez had a mechanical issue or something happened to his car that he just didn't get to start the race, and therefore he just didn't get to start the race, and he obviously had to push the car back to the garage. So now going into the actual race and what actually happened throughout. So the lead was swapping back and forth between obviously Logano and Harvick, and Truex was there in a little bit as well. But surprisingly, the driver that surprised me out of the day that really had a really good race car was the 9 of Elliott. So Elliott had a pretty good race car today. He won the first stage, and really not much happened in the first stage other than that first caution for Suarez. Then going into the second stage, not much happened as well. I'm trying to remember if there was a caution. I know there was a caution for something, but I just don't know what it was for. But yeah. So, anyways, now I want to really talk mostly about stage number 3 because this is where really a lot more of the action happens, and stuff. So we obviously have a lot of crazy stuff happening in stage 3. We had John Hunter Nemechek, I think, spinning out up at one part of the race. We also had during green flag pit stops, the 9 team of Chase Elliott, the guys that had the strongest car of the day, had the best car of the day, broke a stem valve, and Elliott basically sealed it in for what position did he finish? For a 26th place finish. The strongest car of the day didn't win the race. And yeah, so Elliott's bad luck is continuing on throughout the first half of the season. Because in the first half of the season, Chase Elliott usually kind of sucks and doesn't really do anything. So yeah, I don't really expect anything. Well, I mean, I will admit, he did surprise me out of the day. And hopefully that for the Hendrick organization, this is actually a pretty good thing. So yeah, and most of their cars were running in the top 5 and then the top 10 all day long. And it looked like it was going to be a Hendrick day until Black Facts Matter had to put out that tweet. Thank you, Darian. I'll see you this next Sunday. So, yeah, but anyways, getting back to the race itself. Now it was a race between Harvick and Logano. And really the question was going to be who would win. Could Blaney attack both Harvick and Logano? And all day, Harvick, my bad. Harvick has been struggling with a really, really short run car. I mean, he's had a good short run car, but the long run car was just not there. And so in this situation, Harvick got passed by Logano, and then Blaney passed by him, and then Blaney eventually got to the lead, and out of nowhere, Alex Bowman is coming out like comes out of like a cannon, and it's basically going after Blaney, and I'm all like, this is gonna be a really fun finish. And until NASCAR threw the caution because Ross Chastain spun coming out of 2. And once again, NASCAR throws an unnecessary caution. Why are we not surprised? I mean, honestly, if the race couldn't be better itself. So, yeah. And it wasn't even in the racing line. I'm just going to say that right up top. So, now I'm going to explain to you the following events, which progressed for me. The race kind of sucked, or after that, or went downhill for me. So, some guys were optioning, or they were figuring out, or how do I say this? They were trying to figure out whether to pit or not. And for some reason, Bowman and Blaney both pitted. And at that point in time, I'm like, they lost the race. Or Blaney and Bowman both lost the race. I don't know why he didn't stay out. So, yeah. But, I mean, it's a big judgment call. It's either going to work or it's not. So, I don't know what you can do in that situation. But now the restart was looking like between Logano, Ricky Stenhouse, Byron was also there up as well. So, yeah, if you want to believe it. So, anyways, going to the restart. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. pushes his Joey Logano to the lead. Matt DiBenedetto makes a move on the inside of Byron. Byron gets a big tire rub, and basically at that point in time, Byron is just dropping back. Then we come to the white flag lap, and then we have a crash. Just a crash between John and Nemechek. Well, it was because Tyler Reddick got got loose or something like that, or basically both Nemechek, and I did something to my tablet here. So both Logano and DiBenedetto were looking like they were just going to run away. But then, no, NASCAR threw out the caution, and the race was basically pretty much over. NASCAR ended the race under caution. And as you can kind of tell by the tone of my voice, I was not a big fan of the way that race ended. But I'll just give you the race results right here. Joey Logano obviously is your winner. He goes back-to-back in the Pennzoil 400. Matt DiBenedetto finishes second, so good effort by DiBenedetto. He's going to get that win eventually, so I'm waiting, as the deep burrito fan. And also, by the way, next week, I won't be in my traditional black clothing. I'm probably going to be wearing something more brighter because I just look depressed. Oh, man, that's my life right there. So, Ricky Stenhouse, third. Austin Dillon, fourth. Fifth is Jimmy Johnson. Sixth is Bubba Wallace. Good job by Bubba. Seventh is Brad Keselowski. Eighth, Kevin Harvick. Ninth, Kyle Larson. And 10th, Ty Dillon. And I don't know if you can see this, but most of the top 10 were mostly Chevrolets. I'm going to count here. 6 Chevrolets and 2 Fords. Yeah, the Chevys were pretty strong here today. And believe it or not, the highest finishing Toyota was Kyle Busch. And going down here towards the results right here, Denny Hamlin did not have a good race, or did not have a really good day. Martrix Jr., his pit crew members did not tighten all the lug nuts, and he got shuffled back there, and his race was pretty much over. Eric Jones and that beautiful Urban Tools car didn't have a good day either. Kurt Busch, not a really good day either. He finished 5th here last year. And Chase Elliott finishes 26th. And also Daniel Suarez finishing 30th. That was all the things. That was enough what he can do. And the only cars that DNF out of the race were Ryan Preece because of an engine, and Timmy Hill because I think a rear end gear broke or something like that. So that is the race results. And now it's time to talk about what I think of the race. Overall, I thought that the finish was pretty bad, okay? It kind of ruined it for me. You know, we were going to have such a good battle between Blaney and Bowman, and then NASCAR had to ruin it by throwing a caution out for Ross Chastain. And honestly, don't even blame Ross Chastain. It's just NASCAR being NASCAR, or should I say in this instance, NASPort. So, yeah, and I just don't understand why. And also NASCAR, because they threw the caution out before they got back to the checkered flag. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't really get it. They're being really, once again, they're being inconsistent. Because it seemed like for a while now they were actually going to let them race back to the line instead of throwing out the caution. So, yeah, so once again, NASCAR being inconsistent as always. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This race for me, if the Chastain caution didn't come out, and we were going to have a race between Blaney and Bowman, the race probably would have been a 9 or an 8 out of 10. And also, by the way, this race had a lot of changes for the lead, 24 to be exact. I read on the racing reference page. So, yeah. So, now the score I would give the race would be a 7 out of 10. Pretty good race that NASCAR performed on today. Just the finish was just bad. I always hate that when it happens. So, anyways, there you go. That is my race review of the Las Vegas Pennzoil 400. What did you think of this race? Did you thought the race was good? Did you thought it was bad? Or are you just negative as always, you know, and stuff? Because Chase Elliott didn't finish first, or he didn't finish in the race. Yeah, I don't know why I have this. So, yeah, anyways. There you go. Next race is Fontana, and I'm going to be there. So, if you see me, say hi. Or I'm not really going to be doing much or anything. I'm mainly going to be trying to look for the NASCAR YouTubers that are going to show up there. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.